magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup after 28 years.
Agony in 2003. Shame in 2007. Fame in 2011.
India lift the World Cup after 28 years.
The 10th ICC World Cup saw Dhoni's Devils on a mission from the word go.
500 in one-day internationals for Virat Kohli.
And for 6 weeks non-stop, they traded those victory punches, overcoming every obstacle, destroying the game's best,
and it's an emphatic win for India,
conquering the world's mightiest,
and it's caught. India have won,
sealing the ultimate glory.
Dhoni finishes off in style,
living their biggest dream.
India lift the World Cup after 28 years.
A journey completed.
Well, there's the man, Sachin Tendulkar. What an icon of the game.
I think winning the World Cup is the ultimate thing, and I am experiencing it.
Love you, India! Chakde India!
It's been an unbelievable journey.
Their joy knew no bounds.
Great joy, you would say, all over India.
As a billion went into ecstasy, celebrating the end of a 28-year-long wait.
Real feeling of success.
Yes, we are the champions.
Showed real teamwork, India.
Team's lining up there, we've given you the team information.
Dhoni's Devils began their quest for glory at Dhaka's Sher-e-Bangla Stadium.
Tendulkar gets off the mark. This could be a boundary too.
Still pained by the stigma of 2007's World Cup horrors, India's heroes were determined to pack a punch.
What a way to finish the over.
Put into bat by the hosts, Sachin and Sehwag set India off in blistering style.
Once again he goes up in the air.
And one bounce four.
A rare mix-up saw Sachin run out.
Who is on the way back.
Tendulkar and Sehwag both ball watching and not watching each other.
But there was no stopping the Sehwag show.
Wow, it's a typical Sehwag start.
The young Virat Kohli too prospered in the Nawab's company as India raced past 300 in the 42nd over.
It was a good start for the team India, and in my first interview I said this is a revenge game, and we really played well.
Sehwag's whirlwind 140-ball 175 and Kohli's debut World Cup ton saw India notch a majestic 370.
500 in one-day internationals for Virat Kohli.
Bangladesh tried their best to make a fight of the Herculean chase thanks to Tamim Iqbal and Shakib Al Hassan's quick-fire 50s.
Fine innings from the Bangladesh captain.
But the target was too much of an ask for the Bangla Tigers as India sealed an 87-run victorious start to their World Cup campaign.
And that is the end of the match.
I started really well, and after that I realized that whenever I started well, maybe I'll carry on and get out. So I was telling myself that I have to be back at least 20-30 overs.
A charged-up India returned to Bangalore to take on Andrew Strauss and his English Lions. After missing out at Dhaka, Sachin's willow was breathing fire.
Huge shot. Up to a 5 World Cup hundreds for the little master.
The master struck a sublime and brilliant 120, while 50s from Gambhir and Yuvi provided the support act.
It's 50 for Yuvraj.
But the batting power play put the brakes on India as they were bundled out for 338.
Oh, what a delivery. The finger has gone up.
While many thought India had notched enough to seal the game, English captain Andrew Strauss believed otherwise.
Hit straight, hit hard, hit all the way for 6.
Strauss struck a majestic 158 and along with a determined Ian Bell took the English close to 300.
What a lovely way to get to your half century.
The dubious DRS too coming to the rescue of the English.
Original decision is not out.
An inspired late spell from Zair Khan and his triple strikes powered India back in the game.
Pressure has got to England.
But a determined English lower order took the fight to the final overs. And this single of the final ball ensured honours were split in a thrilling tie.
It's a tie.
The nerve-wracking tie was followed by consecutive clashes against Minnows, Ireland and Netherlands, with Yuvraj Singh taking centre stage.
That's Yuvraj Singh with the straight flow.
After chipping in with a maiden fifer against the Irish and an unbeaten half-century to help seal the 207-run chase at Chinnaswamy,
Getting a boundary to spoil the over.
UV turned in another man-of-the-match winning all-round show to dismiss the Dutch challenge at Delhi.
India, the juggernaut.
Coach Gary Kirsten and his boys reached Nagpur for the Protean challenge.
Great shot.
And yet another trademark Sehwag Sachin show set India off on a platter.
Fantastic half-century from
Sehwag's departure didn't deter the hosts as Gambhir and Tendulkar continued the onslaught.
It's a big one from Gambhir.
The master pocketed his 99th international century to the roar of the home crowd, taking India past 250 with 12 overs to spare. But the batting power play jinx struck as India suffered a dramatic collapse, losing their last 9 wickets for a mere 30 runs.
You know, what is important is, you don't play for the crowd, you play for your country, and what is important is, if you lose quite a few wickets, then, you need to curb your innings. What you need to do is bat 50 overs.
Defending 297, India started by seeing the back of the rival skipper.
Can you believe it? Smith can't believe it.
But gritty half-centuries from Ashim Amla, Jacques Kallis and A.B. de Villiers kept the South African chase on course.
It's another sweep.
Harbhajan and Munaf did help India regain a grip in the final 10 overs.
And safely, no taken in the deep.
But crucial big hits from Johan Botha and Robin Peterson in the last 3 overs ensured the Proteas didn't choke. Peterson completing the rout with 2 balls to spare as the hosts suffered their first defeat of the tournament.
South Africa win the contest.
A resilient Indian side took to Chennai's Chidambaram Stadium for their final group clash, knowing that either the Aussies or the Lankans waiting in the knockout. Sachin and Gambhir's early dismissals in the absence of Sehwag did leave a few in jitters, but Yuvraj Singh stepped up to the occasion in grand style. Playing a gem on a low and slow Chennai track, UV notched up his maiden World Cup ton to power India to a healthy 268, forging key partnerships with Kohli and Dhoni.
Me and Virat started getting a partnership and got it to 120, so very happy about the way we proceeded throughout the innings.
The total was always going to test a Caribbean lineup missing Gale and Chanderpaul, and though opener Devon Smith chipped into the valuable 81,
Very good half-century here for Devon Smith.
the Indian spin quartet of Bajji, Ashwin, Raina and UV forced the Windies into submission.
Lovely play.
In these dismissals, cut straight to point.
Sealing a credible 80-run win to gear up for the big quarter-final showdown against the 3-time defending champions, Australia.
We won 5 games, they won 5 games, so it's going to be a good competition.
It is do or die for India's World Cup dream as Dhoni's Devils ran into 3-time defending champions Australia in the quarters.
He's gone for it. And he's found the space as well. 1 bounce.
Batting first, the Aussies felt the heat early on as Watson departed, trying to force the pace after a miserly opening spell from Ashwin and Zahir.
Ricky Ponting.
Brad Haddon and Ricky Ponting scripted the Aussie revival with a 70-run second wicket stand.
Picked his gap.
That's in the
Haddon fell soon after his 50, but skipper Ponting held charge.
There's no one at deep backward square leg. So
The big occasion getting the best out of the big player.
oh, and he's got him.
His trusted lieutenants deserted him one after another as the champions stumbled to 190 for
So
5.
he has done a good job.
That's his 100.
But a brave Ponting led the charge in style, slamming a brilliant century to guide his side close to 250.
Internationals.
A few lusty blows from David Hussey in the end powered the Aussies to 260.
Into the stands comfortably.
An informed Indian batting lineup began their chase on a cautious note.
This is going to be for Bretley has given up.
And Sehwag's early departure didn't help their cause.
This could be the first one to go down. That's taken.
But a determined Sachin took the fight to the Aussies in the company of Gautam Gambhir. The duo struck 50s to take India close to 100.
And Gambhir gets a short ball and puts it away.
But repeated follow wickets made life difficult for the men in blue.
Once again, good time.
Sachin and Gauti fell soon after striking 50s, while Kohli and skipper Dhoni missed out in the big game.
Gone.
At 187 for 5 and an asking rate of over 6, Yuvraj Singh and Suresh Raina had their task cut out.
That's pulled away in fine style by Raina.
But the duo stepped up to the challenge in grand style.
In the air, hit very hard.
Beginning the charge, striking in clinical fashion.
Predictable.
Tate, Lee and Johnson threw it all on the Indian duo.
And you need a cool man out there to keep the tempers in control.
But the Indians unrattled the Aussie pacers with sheer power and precision.
It's got that fine.
Sealing the chase with more than 2 overs to spare.
He's got that through. Nailed it.
Dethroning the champions, handing them the royal knockout.
And it's an emphatic win for India.
Australians were attacking with us with their pace, and spoke to Raina. He played a different game, and that partnership got us through.
I was telling you, we just have to rotate the strike, no need to play big shots. If you get loose ball, just look to play straight.
Yuvraj Singh finishes things it off.
And India into the semi-final of the World Cup.
Dhoni finishes off in style.
A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup after 28 years.